Oh, hi there. Yeah. Are you using Bluetooth or something? Because we had a really bad connection. What? Huh? Where are you calling from? Where are you calling from? Is that what you usually call me on? Oh, that's what I thought it was, yeah. Uh-huh. So, my day went okay. Thanks for asking. So, I painted the deck. You know, I didn't complete it. I have more to do, but I done as much as I'm going to do today. I guess that's the delicate way to say that. I've tons of phone calls, clients out the ears. Some elderly neighbor called me and asked if I would help her throw away her recycling paper. I says, okay. So I drive over to her house. I'm like, if I had jackass, I'm like, where are you, you know? And she says, well, I'm over by the dumpster. I was like, oh, well, you didn't have to do that. So I went over and I said, you know, the next time I'll just come and get it. You don't have to put it in your car. That's kind of crazy. I'll just, you know. And then I was like, I'd like to stay and chat, but I have paint open. The phone's ringing. I gotta go. I said, if you need anything else, give me a call. She's just standing there looking at me like, what just happened? You know? Well, yeah. Well, God gave me the ability, so you know, I use it. You know, the way I see. I actually passed her up when she was on the way to the garbage can. I just did notice her. Yeah, we passed each other. But so now let's recap. You got a phone call today from CNT. Okay, and walk me through what happened again. We'll just pretend like the other reading, the car cards, because I didn't take a picture of it. I don't remember what they were. I know it showed that you said they wanted to offer you a job at 2 locations, Dallas and Plano, right? Okay. Yeah, that's an hour. Oh yeah, that's what it was. If you took the job at the other location, they'd have to pay you more. And that is what we saw. I saw money, and then I saw more money. So that's making sense. The other thing that I noticed was that you first called about this on the 14th. Okay, so today is the second week of the 2-week time period. Right. And it's the first day of the second week. Remember I said it would be within 2 weeks, in the middle of the 2 weeks, in the first half of the second week. That's pretty good. I impressed myself with that one. So, okay, so now you answered their question about, you know, you'd need more money, and then they wanted to interview you. So now where are we at now? All right. You are, yeah, remember? No, that's right. The second reading from the car cards came that there was going to be a delay. It was 9 of Cups inverted, and then the 4 of Swords was going into the future. So there's going to be like a delay. The way that I recall that they would set up a meeting. I'm assuming you're willing to meet with the people in Plano. Okay. And then she said, let me talk to them and get back to you? Or are you to call them? Okay, so, alright, now, so that this doesn't, come up like, so that it makes sense. Are you still being considered for both positions, or is it one versus the other? This is gonna be really weird to do. Right. So one is going to be a yes and one is going to be a no because you can't take both. So I'm trying to think of a way to reflect that in these cards. Alright. We could do... I think it's going to come yes for both. So the first one we'll do is Dallas. And then we'll do Plano for the second one. That's the only... There's no way to do it in one reading. So, alright, so how's the question? Okay, when will she be getting... I'm taping. When will she be getting a job offer from CNT from Dallas? We'll do 3. 1, 2, 3. Six of Pentacles. Back to back. No, front to back with the Hierophant. Okay, that's the more money card. That's someone being generous to you, giving you, over and above, I guess you would have to follow the rigmarole. That tells me that you got to follow the rules to get that kind of money. Going into the past is the King of Swords. So the Seven of Swords guy seems like he's inconsequential at this point, so you've defeated him. In the present is the High Priestess. That's you doing what's, putting yourself first, doing what's best for you. And that was when you came right back and said, yeah, but I would need more money. Now, when you asked them for more money, have you discussed money with them? Like, did they tell you? So, like, how do you know that they wouldn't give you more money to go to Plano? Right, but how would you know? You know what I'm saying? And what did you say? Okay. So then they have something to go on. Okay. Going into the future is the Ace of Swords. That's like direct to the point. That's a victory. So that was good. Now I would have said, are you offering me a job? But I interview for different kinds of jobs that you do. Well, not anymore. But I mean, anyway. So farther in the future is the Hermit card. So it looks like on the Dallas position, there's going to be a little bit of a wait. Now we saw that in the second reading today from the cards that I keep in my car. I see the Queen of Cups in the second half of the reading, 3 position next to the Magician. That means this came through before. You have the skills and abilities to meet or exceed, their requirements. You are hoping, that you'll get this job, that this job is the best fit, even though you're hoping it for both jobs, I assume. Or maybe you want this one as opposed to the other because you don't want to travel. I mean, the final result is the Tower card. I'm going to have to say that as of right now, looks like a no on Dallas. I think that they want you for Plano, which is why they ask you. That's my guess. Now let's see. Wait, let me get these going, and then let me look back at that. 1 second. Offer. Why would the Six of Pentacles be? The skills and abilities. I think the Tower card comes here because they offer you a lot more money to go to Plano. Because in the readings from the other day, it showed money, and then it showed more money. And I thought there was like some kind of bonus incentive. So that would be like the locality pay for taking a position farther from your house, Alright, how's the second question? Oh yeah. When does she get a job offer from Plano, from CNT? 1, 2, and 3. You're going to get Plano. The final card is the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, the Judgment card, yeah, Judgment card next to the Eight of Swords. So the Judgment card kind of means seeing things clearly. You know, they're seeing your demands clearly. You know, your feelings about, you know, the other position. You know, because you told them what you're, you know, under what conditions you'd be willing to accept that. Okay. Going into the past is the Six of Cups. So, even though you would have to not necessarily interview for the Plano position, because I know that they said that the managing attorney would want to meet you, or, you know, the Six of Cups is a nostalgia card, you know, visiting the past, so he would just look over your interview notes from the other attorneys, you know. Pardon me. This is in the past. When you do meet him, it's not going to be an interview. He's going to go over what they've already observed about you in the other two interviews. I don't think it's another interview. I think it's just a casual meeting, like, here's your office key. You know, I know what's your salary requirements. That's what I think. Let's look. And the present is the World card, completion card, end of the cycle. You level up, so to me that indicates, you know, you're going to have to be, you know, breaking the news to your current boss at some point. Going into the future is the Strength card, the Woman with the Lion. I think that means that when you do meet him, he's really impressed. You know, there's, you know, this kind of self-explanatory there. And that is in a future position. That's a 3 position, first half of the reading. Let me just skip ahead. And then you have, I was going to tell you before I pulled the cards, you're going to look for the Eight of Wands to Seven of Pentacles. You got the Eight of Wands next to the Three of Cups, which is a cause for celebration in the second half of the reading, 3 position. So that's kind of consistent with, even though the interpretations of these cards are different, but due to the nature of the question you asked and where they are, you know, we're headed towards a common theme here. So further into the future is the Justice card. I think that that means that, you know, you get what you deserve, you know, what you're asking for, you know. Hopes and fears is the Six of Wands. You're hoping for a victory here. Final result is the Ace of Pentacles. I think that it's up to you which location you want to work at, and I think that the offer that they give you for Plano is way more lucrative. I mean, it would have to be like, oh, you're not going to believe this. I think that it's way more lucrative, and I think that that's why you'll take Plano. Remember in the other readings when you had, like, the opposite ends of the battery in the bottom right corner? Well, guess what? You got the opposite ends of the battery as the final card. I'm so glad I taped this. You can't make this up. You got the Tower card as the final card in the first reading, and you have the Ace of Pentacles as the final card in the second reading. It's the same idea, it's just that they're in different readings in the same position. So that, I think that's why those were, you had the opposite cards. Remember you had like the Two of Spades with, you know, something. Okay, well, I've honestly never seen that before, and it's just interesting that I just happened to notice that. But that's why, yeah. So anyway, I see that you take Plano. Now, in terms of a time frame, let's see. 6, 3, 8, 3. So we get 3, 3, 6. 1, 2, 8. 2 8s, 2 6s. A 1. I don't like that 8, so we'll discard that. 3. Today's Friday? Friday, okay. Alright, well, I'm going to have to take that into consideration because they're not calling you on Saturday and Sunday about the job. But even still. So I know it's not a 1 or a 2, so the ace doesn't count. Justice doesn't count. 3. Okay, you know how I like to err on the side of caution? Alright, so my safe answer would be within 8 days. It would be within 8 hours to 8 days. Okay, that's the safe time frame. In reality, I think it'll be Monday. The 3 of Cups comes before the 8. The 3 of Cups is between the 6 and the 8. And we know that Saturday and Sunday are out. You don't need to flip a card. I mean, even though if they could call Saturday or Sunday, I'm 99% sure without any psychic ability that they're not calling on Saturday or Sunday about this. You know. Okay. That's the safe answer. I think they'll call on Monday. Actually, I don't see the 6 of Pentacles in this reading. I think that you'll get the job offer, but I think the meeting comes first. Because you got the Strength card. Strength and Justice. You got Strength, Justice, 3 of Cups, and a diagonal right down the middle of the reading. So, okay, now let's look also. 1, 2, 3, 4. No. Yeah, you got 4 major arcana cards. So that means that the ultimate outcome of this scenario, it's out mostly in your hands. It's not divinely guided. So you're going to have to work for this. Don't just walk into plain old like, I'm here, you know, give me the company car, you know. You're still going to have to dress to impress. Whatever you took with you to the interviews in Dallas, you know, you should also bring along. I think you'll have a communication. You get the 3 of Cups next to the 8 of Wands. To me, that says that you'll have a communication on Monday about the next steps that you need to take, consistent with the Hierophant card following the 6 of Cups, or the 6 of Pentacles in the previous reading. You know, like huh? The other one wasn't either, remember? So I said it was a little kick over the hump because there was only 4. I said it's, you know, it could be mildly, you know, divinely guided. You would have to have, you know, 6 cards or more. Like, even though there's time cards and deck, I'd say you'd have to have 6 or more before I would say that. Somebody else might. You know, like if you get, like if I had this reading right here and every single card was a major arcana card, I'd be like, they're calling Monday, whatever's going to happen, and then you get the job. Because that means that it's, you know, it is what it is. But when you have the minor arcana cards, that means that it's more in your hands. What do you mean? I think you are going to get it. It's just a matter of location. And the guy just wants to meet you. You know. I think that you will choose Plano because it's more lucrative, because you get the Ace of Pentacles. That's about as lucrative as the final card. You know, if it was the Ace of Cups, it would be like you chose that because you were more comfortable there for whatever reason. If you get, you know, the Ace of Swords, then I would say that you chose that because there was something you didn't like about the first location. And if you got the Ace of Wands, I would say you took that because you want to bang your new boss. But I see this is all about money. So you got the last card between these two readings is the Ace of Pentacles. The first card is the Six of Pentacles. So you need to keep that in mind. And the Six of Pentacles is following the Hierophant, which is going along with the status quo. Who is following the Hermit, which means it's going to be a little bit of a wait. Okay, the weekend. And I honestly don't think it's Dallas with this Tower here. I mean, they might want you, Dallas might want you, and you might be like, well, I got to take Plano because it's so much more money, you know. I see you getting a communication from them between 8 hours and 8 days, which includes Monday, to make arrangements for, you know, what are the next steps you are to follow. You know, they might say, well, he's here in Dallas, come and meet us here, or, you know, no, you have to go to Plano, or, you know, we have to, or, you know, coordinate your schedules, you know, something like that. I can ask. We can try. Will the managing partner at Plano approve of her? 1, 2, 3. Oh, yeah, you got the Six of Cups as the final. King of Cups next to the Eight of Pentacles. So, remember in the second reading, on the first day you called, you had the King of Cups and the hopes and fears. You were hoping to be like teacher's pet, whatever. Well, it looks like that's the way he would view you, because you get the King of Cups facing the Eight of Pentacles, which is you doing your due diligence at work. Going into the past is the Death card. So it looks like he's been waiting for a while for someone that's competent. And the present is the Star card, so he would have hopes, you know, high hopes, aspirations of where he could take, you know, that location, you know, with the additional help. Ten of Cups, so, you know, that's health, wealth, happiness, abundance, joy. I mean, that, you know, to be that happy at a job, you know, that's like me in my pizza delivery driver days, you know. Farther into the future is the Two of Wands. I think that you may have the option to keep your pay and go to Dallas. I see that 6 months out. This is definitely going to be a 6 month. You know, I'm not saying that any sooner than that. And 7 of I think that another interpretation for this, to me, it's what I'm getting. I don't see it. It's something that just popped in my head, that you might be shared between both locations. Which would be okay, because you wouldn't have to travel all the time, you know. Is there a, would you do a, you know, you'd be like at the county building in Dallas, or whatever. Is there a county building in Plano? Or does the Plano stuff go to the Dallas courts? Yeah, so that's probably, you'll have space in both offices. They just want you to be able to meet with clients in Plano, that's what I feel. Okay, 7 of Wands, back to back with the Queen of Pentacles, so that means the struggle is over. 7 of Wands came on the 14th in the first reading in the past position, no, the second reading in the past position, and that's where you were, you know, managing to get by on what you're being paid now, and you were making it work. Well, now the Queen of Pentacles has got her back on that, so I think that we, you know, stepped through a new door here that's consistent with the World card, present position, in the previous reading today. First reading. No, second reading, yeah. Hopes and fears is the High Priestess. You know, want to come into your own, good with business. You know, excellent work, reputation, such and such. And then the final result is the Six of Cups, which is a nostalgia card. When you think back on the past, you are proud of, you know, the accomplishments that you've knocked out thus far. And I just see you reflecting on, you're like, wow, I came all that way. I never doubted it. I never doubted it. And, in answer to your question, yes, it looks like the managing partner at Plano's gonna like you. I do see the Two of Wands, so you know, that could mean, you know, maybe he's unmarried type thing. So, well, you know, the Ace of Wands usually means you bang one out, you know. So do the math. I know. You're doing real good. You're not Nine of Swordsing. I'm not suggesting you should, but I haven't seen that since the 14th. And prior to that, I think it came in 6 straight readings. So, 6 different days. Yeah. Well, right. I mean, what the worst case scenario is, you pull out another job application, but I wouldn't even be thinking about that. You need to be focusing how you're going to sell yourself when you meet the guy from Plano. Alright, well, have a good weekend. Bye.